What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Odin, and today we're going to be talking about the box office, and holy crap, guys, the news just came out. Avengers EndGame has made $1.2 billion in its opening weekend, which shatters pretty much every box office record, not just for individual days, but also for cumulative weekends, for opening weekends. You name it, this movie has broken almost every single freaking record on the book. Look at that average per screen, $75,000 per screen. That is insane. It has made $350 million domestically alone, meaning that it's going to easily cross the $2 billion mark, probably by next week, which is insane, and also, as I've been saying from the beginning, means that this film is prepped and primed to be the film that finally dethrones Avatar. Avatar still sits at $2.7 billion. This film, by making 1.2 opening weekend, if it can get close to $2 billion, and if the rule of thumb that you make usually around 50 to 60% of your entire box office in the first 2 weeks holds, what that means is that you're looking at this film making anywhere between $2.5 and $3 billion, which is gonna be absolutely insane. Now, even though I myself did not like EndGame, I made that very clear on my own personal channel, Odin's Movie Blog. Please go check out those videos if you want to, if you feel the same way. I never deny that this film was not going to make a crap ton of money, and just look at it, $350 million. No one is seeing anything else. Somehow Captain Marvel got in at number 2, which makes sense because obviously it's a Marvel film, and they were saying, "Oh no, you have to show Captain Marvel this weekend because you have to make sure that it's able to get at least some money because it's got to break records, right?" Oh, Captain Marvel. Anyway, but EndGame has made a crap ton of money. Let's actually do the breakdown itself. Avengers EndGame has made $350 million here domestically and has made a whopping $859 million in the foreign market. A lot of that's, of course, coming from China. China very well could end up between $300 to $600 million just for this film alone. Could be even more than that. This film could easily make $2 billion just in the foreign market alone. It is already close to $1 billion just there. It is going to get very close. Again, $350 million this weekend. That means that it's already halfway to one of the largest domestic openings of all time, which was, or rather, one of the most, the highest domestic totals of all time, which was Black Panther, which made over $700 million domestically. This film is on pace to decimate that domestically, and also is set to decimate most foreign records as well. So what does this movie need to do? What this movie needs to do next weekend is to have a 40% or so, 40 to 50% drop, nothing more than that. If it stays like that, and so let's just assume that that is the case. So 50% of 1.2 billion would make it around 500 million for next weekend. It might even make just more than that, and that's not even counting what it's going to be making this week alone. So you're looking at this film getting at least to around 1.7 billion by next weekend. And I would gather that it's not even going to be 1.7, but it's going to be damn near close to, if not past, 2 billion by next weekend. This movie, as I said, is off the rails insane when it comes to its box office. It is available in every screen domestically. It is available in so many screens in the foreign market. They are saturating the market like crazy, just like what they did with Captain Marvel. The difference here is that you have a movie that most people like. Most people love Avengers EndGame, which is the reason why this film is going to continue to make money and break records, where Captain Marvel, yeah, it made money in the first couple weeks, but then people just stopped watching it and no one's going to buy it on Blu-ray. This is a film that a lot of people are going to buy on Blu-ray. This is a film that a lot of people are going to see multiple times because this is the end of an era. This is the end of the MCU for a lot of people, because of all the nonsense that have actually had not only in this movie, but also in Captain Marvel as well. And so this film is going to make just so much. I mean, seriously, I've never seen it this big before, but also, let me just point out, did I not? Go ahead and watch my box office videos talking about this previously, and go see, previous live streams that I've done. I said that I honestly believe that EndGame is going to make around, it could easily break the $1 billion mark in its opening weekend alone. And sure enough, it not only made $1 billion, it made $1.2 billion. That is insane. That is an insane amount of money, and this film is going to keep on making money, and very well could be the first and only film, because of the fact that we do have the contraction and constriction of the movie theaters in general, which are going to be dying off in the next 10 to 20 years, this very likely will be the largest film in history, and I don't think any other film is going to be able to match it. I mean, 11 years, this is the 22nd film in a franchise. It makes a lot of sense as to why this film would be so hyped up, so well promoted, and of course, not only costs a lot to make, but also to promote on top of that, but also why so many people are showing up to this film. $1.2 billion, that is absolutely insane. As you saw, Captain Marvel is indeed coming in at number 2 at $1.1 billion, and so this is going to be, people are going to be like, oh, look, it made 1.1 billion. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that great? Yes, it still sucks. So you can't change that. And Shazam, $346.3 million. This is a film that did not need to make a whole lot. So just to kind of give you a little bit of a mindset. So remember how when you had Alita Battle Angel cost around $155 million to make. When you take into account that you had to add on a little bit more to that to make up for marketing, it had to make around $430 million to break even. This film cost $100 million to make, $50 million to promote, and also some people say that because of tax credits, it actually cost them less to make this film, meaning that the break even number was closer to the $300 million mark. This one's made $346 million, so this film has indeed broken even. It is also making profit. Likely, unfortunately, will not make much more than this. It could get close to the $400 million mark, but as you see, this movie, EndGame, is going to be saturating the market, is going to be taking all the box office receipts for the next couple weeks, even with films like Detective Pikachu, even with films like Godzilla, even with films like John Wick 3, which I already got my tickets for and I'm so excited for. I don't know if they're going to be able to match up to the power of this film. It's not going to be, I honestly think this film is going to be number one for week 2 and also possibly week 3, if not beyond that. I think once you get to week 3 and beyond, it gets a little bit harder, but definitely for next weekend, this is going to stay the number 1 film. And this film is going to make a crap ton of money. Again, also CNBC, Disney's Avengers Endgame shatters box office records with $1.2 billion. Now this is a record-breaking film. Notice how you had very similar headlines to Captain Marvel. They're like, oh my gosh, it's breaking so many records. But notice that already in one weekend, EndGame has made more than what Captain Marvel has made in its entire run. How about that? Yeah, but this one broke records, right? Oh yeah, it's breaking so many records, the glass ceiling and action hero heroines and all this other stuff. But then you got this film, which, guess what? Was fronted by who? White men? What? Oh my gosh, but there was so much diversity on screen too, and that's why it did well. No, this film did well because 11 years, 22 films, that's why it did well. And most of those 22 films were pretty damn good. Most of those films were pretty damn good. There were some duds along the way. I would include EndGame in that. I think EndGame was a dud. Captain Marvel was a dud. But that's the reason why it did well. It's doing well not because it's the best movie ever. It's doing well because of that and that history. If you honestly think that anything's going to come close to Avengers Endgame, please give me an example of anything that could even touch that. Episode 9 is not even going to come. Episode 9 would be lucky to make $1 billion by the end of its run. Keep in mind, The Last Jedi made $1.3 billion, and the fandom is still broken there. This film has made 1.2. This film, by Wednesday, at the latest, by Wednesday, will have surpassed the entirety of what The Last Jedi made at the box office. Just get that in your mind. A Star Wars movie that made 1.3 billion in its entire run, and that used to be seen as a huge thing, this film is going to shatter in the next few days. That is insane. This movie is insane. The box office is insane right now. I'm a box office dude, so even though I don't like this film, even though I gave this film a C, and I'm leaning even closer to the C- range because the more you think about the plot holes, the worse that the film gets. And I know and I respect every single person out there that has a subjectively high opinion of this film because of what it means to them. But still, guys, come on. This film, even with all of that, is exciting because I hate Avatar, and to see a film, even a film I don't like, I like a lot more than Avatar, be able to, finally knock that movie off its post, I'm down for that. Anyway, guys, have you seen EndGame yet? Are you one of the few people that have not seen EndGame? Again, $1.2 billion, that's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big number. Now, they release these numbers. They don't really break down by country into too much detail at first. As you can see, 859 million. You're going to add this up, and it's not going to come close, but that's just because it takes them a while. But in China, already, it's made $217.4 billion. $217.4 million. And that's as of 2 days ago, meaning that this film, as I said, could be close to the $300 to $500 million by the end of its run in China alone. And if China is about a third normally of what the box office is for the entire foreign market, you do the math on that, and you're looking at well over $1 billion and close to possibly even $2 billion, which is the reason why, by the way, Avatar did so well. Avatar did well because it made crap tons of money overseas. It made over $2 billion overseas. It made some money domestically, but this film, not only is it doing well, and I would say probably going to end up doing better domestically than what Avatar did, but also, and most importantly, it is doing extremely well in that foreign market. And seriously, this is absolutely insane. $1.2 billion. I mean, I thought it was going to happen. I had a pretty good idea that it was going to get close to the $1 billion mark, and sure enough, it exceeded all estimates. And that's why I said, guys, pre-sales do mean a lot. But remember, based on their pre-sale data, they had this opening weekend around $850 million. What they never can take into account are people that show up on the day of the movie to see it. And that's where you get that 1.2 billion. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like this video, smash the like button, give us a subscribe over at the Geeks Gamers channel. We are awesome here. We got an awesome community. We're going to be coming to you with so many more videos about this movie, about the box office, and many other topics as well. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Go check out my channel, Odin's Movie Blog, because it needs a little bit of love, especially my Cobra Kai Season 2 review, which no one saw because YouTube's algorithm sucks, and for some reason my subscribers can't watch the video because they don't get notified about it, and you know, that's just the way things work. But seriously, this is insane. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. $1.2 billion! Oh man, and as always, God bless.